Well, hello, everybody. Dr. Steve here. I am excited to be here. Let me turn on the main screen. We're going to get started very shortly. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo, and I am very excited to be here today for our video marketing training part 3, the last in my 3-part series on video marketing training. Tonight, we're going to start in just a couple of minutes on the topics that you see on the screen. And again, I'm very excited to be with you, and we will get started. It's about 58 minutes after the hour. We will get started in just a few minutes, so sit tight, and I'll be right back. For those of you waiting for the webinar, this is Dr. Steve Sabo. It's Thursday, November 2nd, and about 58 minutes I have after the hour, 8:58 here on the East Coast. We are going to get started shortly at 9 p.m. Eastern. So sit tight, and I will be right back, and the webinar will begin shortly. Well, it looks like it's 9 p.m., guys. This is Dr. Steve Sabo. I'm absolutely excited to be with you here tonight for our training, Video Marketing Training Part 3. Before we get started, I'd like you to just take a look on the side. You're going to see a chat box. If you guys can just put in the chat box that you can see and hear me, just want to make sure everything is working properly. And just put the comment in there. And want to know that you can see and hear me. All right, terrific. Looks like we're ready to get started. We've got, I have actually 9:01 p.m. So everyone, I'd really love to welcome everybody here tonight for our final chapter, our final part, so to speak, part 3 of the video marketing training. It's a free training series that I developed here, and just wanted to give you some tips and tricks on video marketing and why it's so important. In the earlier modules, we talked about getting over your fear of doing video, and that's really just so important, so important. We talked about that, and we talked about some other great stuff last week. This is the final week of the free training. I'll be developing more stuff as the coming weeks ensue. So let's get started. So tonight's topic, as it says on the screen here, is essential tools for doing videos. What is live video and why you should do it? And these are the topics that I'm going to talk about here tonight as we get started here. So sit tight and here we go. So the first thing I'd like to talk about here is just a little bit of my background. Let me just get straightened out here. A little bit of my background here. So let me pull this up. And here we are. Let's go to full screen. Terrific. Okay. So everybody, my name is Dr. Steve Sabo, and as I said, I'm very excited to be with you here today. Whoops, sorry. Whoops, went backwards. Where are we? Here we are. So I grew up in a town called Lakewood, New Jersey. Where is Lakewood, New Jersey? Well, Lakewood is a small town on the Jersey Shore, or as we say down there at the Jersey Shore. And it's, about 60 miles from New York City. And I now live in northern New Jersey, a little closer to New York City, about 20 miles away from New York City. I went to medical school. That's why I'm called Dr. Steve Sabo. I'm a medical doctor, and here I am in one of my lab jackets from the hospital in my stethoscope. And I went to school in France, and I finished in Chicago. For those of you who speak French, je parle français, and bonsoir, good evening for you. And great experiences living in France and in Chicago. I've been an emergency doctor. I work in the emergency department, and I've been an emergency doctor for going on 23 years now. I started my career back in 1995. I am happily married. I've been married for 20 years. My wife and I recently celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary, and so excited. The 20 years have been great. We also have two wonderful teenage daughters. I've got one daughter who's going to college. She's in her second year of college, and I have a second daughter who's looking at colleges right now. She's a senior year in high school. But you know what, guys? As great as this is, I realized I spent too much time away from my family. So what did I do? I entered the home business industry. I got involved in several health-related businesses, which I love. I'm in a network marketing company in health and wellness. We have health and wellness products. Excited about that. Brand new company. And I'm involved in a direct sales company. I have a non-invasive medical device that helps a lot of people with a lot of different problems. Personal development. What can I say about this? I not only love personal development, I teach personal development. You know, over the last 23 years or so, I really, in a sense, the same person I was, but since I've been doing personal development in the last 5 years, I've really developed myself. I had advanced myself, and I advocate, as I do, 30 minutes a day of personal development. Personally, I do it before I go to sleep. I don't watch those terrible things on the news before you go to sleep anymore. I do personal development. And I'm here tonight because I learned how to use social media to grow my businesses. I'm passionate, as I said, about each of my businesses. And again, I've learned to use social media to grow my businesses. For those of you who don't know my story, I have grown my Instagram account after taking a course. I went from about 150 followers, and they were family and friends, and I've grown that following to over 12,500 using techniques that I've learned in my social media marketing business. Well, I've also learned about, before I get into that, yes, over 250 videos I have on YouTube. Guess what, guys? I'm about at 300 this week. I think I'm going to hit 300. And by the way, I'll give you guys my Facebook site, for those of you who don't have it, my Instagram site, my YouTube site at the end of the webinar tonight. And as I said, I have over 12,000 followers on Instagram. I have over 6,200 likes on my fan page. and I'm on the leaderboard in my company for tops and lead generation. Guys, these slides here, by the way, are from a different presentation that I give about attracting your perfect prospect, but it's a good just introduction to who I am and why I'm here today. So what I want to do now is I want to move on to, let's see. I want to move on to the presentation, so let me minimize that. And here we are. 2 topics for this evening is essential tools for doing videos and what is live video and why you should do it. So let's talk first about essential tools. Well, the essential tools for doing videos is a camera. And you guys want to know what the best camera is? You've got it. You use it every single day. Let me turn on my webcam here. Here we are. Great, great. I'm going to talk about lighting in a minute, and for some reason it seems to be a little bit dark right now. So the best thing for doing videos, let me just show you, is this thing right here. It's your phone. Whether you have an iPhone, an Android, whatever, this is the best thing for doing videos. And you know what, guys? That's all you need. On the first webinar, I actually showed you my first video, the first video that I did. And you know what? The video that I did was taking my cell phone, tilting it up in front of me against the Macintosh. I have a Mac computer, and turning it on. Now, the lighting wasn't good. The sound was okay, but I did the video. And you can do that too. So all the other stuff that we're going to talk about here today, you don't need to get. And if you want to get it, a lot of this stuff is just not that expensive. So let me move this up here, and then I'm going to talk about the camera again. So the camera, the key thing here is to keep it simple. As I said, all you need is your cell phone. And the quality of your phone is terrific. As I said, I use the iPhone. You don't need a fancy camera. You know, for those of you iPhone lovers out there, they have the iPhone 8, and then they're coming out with the 10, and they're both even better with the camera than the camera on the ones that you have right now. I have the iPhone 6. The videos come out terrific. And as it says here, you can also use your PC, your iMac, or your MacBook. You look at the lens right up at the top over there. You start the video, and you just go. So those are the different options for using a camera. Again, I prefer to use my phone. You have it with you all the time. It's simple to use. You can take it with you everywhere. It's great. So, by the way, guys, this is not going to be a long webinar. I expect that it won't last more than about 30 or 35 minutes tonight. We're going to wrap up this 3-part series. And by the way, if any of you do not have the video for the first 2 parts, feel free to email me at drsteve@drstevesabo.com. I'm going to give that to you at the end of the webinar. So audio. What do you do for audio? Well, you can use the iPhone. You can use the you can use the audio on your iMac, but there's other things you can use, and you don't need to spend a lot of money. Now, if you want this baby over here, this is called the Blue Yeti. And let me tilt it a little bit. You can see what it looks like here. There it is. And I have it suspended from an arm. Okay, it's like a scissor arm, and it's hanging off the desk here. Again, you don't need to spend anything that expensive, though. The Blue Yeti itself is $99. And the one that I really love, that I use for all of my videos that I take, the videos that I create that are not done here at the desk. And let me pull it up here. It's called a lavalier microphone. So let me show you guys what it looks like. It's this thing right here. Let me put the background here. And what it does is it clips on your shirt like this. And you can, like I always do, I take the wire and I stick it through the shirt. So all you see, and my shirt's all wrinkled, we'll talk about appearance as being important. And then I hook the wire up into the iPhone, and it's great. And as I say down in the bottom here, the Rode lavalier mic is terrific. I want to say it's maybe $35. And then you can get an extension cord with that. Let me put that aside here. And that's just a terrific thing to use for audio. What else? Lighting. Lighting is so important. For those of you guys who saw the first webinar that I did, you'll see that the lighting that I used was terrible. I didn't have lighting system like I do now, and I'm going to show you some examples of that in a couple of minutes. The room was dark. I think I didn't like any of the video. The reflection, just everything was terrible. So what can you use for lighting? It's important, as I say here, important to have good lighting. And I shoot most of my videos outside. You know, I got to tell you guys, if you're in Florida and you can, you know, you have weather like that all year round, terrific. You can do all of your videos or most of your videos outside. And I'll show you about a tripod and some other things. You can do it outside. I try to do it outside. It's much simpler, and I don't need a lighting system because you have the natural light outside. But here in New Jersey, like in New York City, it's now November the 3rd, and even though it was 70 degrees outside today, this is not typical for the weather or outside here. So usually around this time of year, if I'm not wearing a coat, then I am doing my videos indoors. So what do you do for lighting indoors? Well, you can get a lighting set or whatever. The other thing I got here recently are called Best-Core lights. Let me start with the Best-Core lights. They're lights that I have here. They're very small lights. And I got a clip-on so that I have the two lights basically behind the screen over here. Now let me get up for a second, and what I want to do is I want to take this off and just show you what this looks like. And guys, this is what it looks like right here. And you can see that I have a clip here that I use to clip, and I have my whiteboard right behind us here, and I clip this on the whiteboard, and then I have the light facing forward at me. And I probably need to adjust the angle a little bit, but I think it works terrific because before I didn't have the lights. So those are good lighting for indoors or even outdoors. They actually come with like a tripod mount for each of those things. But let me show you something else that I use, and I use it a lot actually when I'm doing my videos inside the house. Because the house, the lighting, you know, the lighting is coming from the ceiling. The lighting is not good. It's very uneven. And I got a set of lights. I don't have the whole set here, and it's actually too big to put in this room because I want you to imagine right behind my let me get that off the screen. Sorry. Right behind my screen here, I have my whiteboard. So I don't have room to put big lights. But let me show you one of these babies that I have on the floor here. And you can see this is what it is. This is one of the soft light boxes that I have. And this is what it looks like in the back. The electrical cord plugs in over here. Oh, actually plugs in on the side here. And what you have is you have two of these things, and they get hooked up like this or like this to a tripod that comes with the lighting system. And guys, I think I paid $150 for 3 of these. 2 go right at you and 1 goes above you. Well, I thought I'd show you what this looks like inside. And anyway, there's a light bulb inside here. And it all folds up to go. If you need to take the lighting system with you, it's a terrific thing. As I said, I think I paid $149, and I think I heard recently that they're on sale on Amazon, and maybe you can get them for about $99 or thereabouts. So again, I have my 2 lights here at the desk, these Best-Core lights. They're LED lights, and I can adjust the light, so to speak. And I have those big lights that I use up in the bedroom. I move the couch out of the way, and I have them, and the lighting there is just terrific. It's even better than in this room over here. So that's also important. So we've talked about the camera. We've talked about the audio. We've talked about lighting. What are some other things that I use? And let me just go down here before we get into live video. I just want to wrap up the essential tools here, and I want to talk about a tripod. Well, a tripod is great. I think it's terrific. You know, you can use your, I'll tell you about some of the things that I do. I put the iPhone on a tripod when I go outside. And I've done that for over a year and a half. It really steadies the camera. Now I have over here, I have a fancy, kind of a fancy schmancy tripod. I actually bought this. This is kind of an expensive tripod here, and it's Manfrotto. This is a heavy-duty tripod that I actually got from my digital SLR camera, which I really don't use anymore. I don't think I've used it in about 2 years. But this is a really heavy tripod. If you put it in a suitcase, it's very heavy. But you don't have to buy this. I don't advocate buying this. There are plenty of tripods that will serve you well. You do want one where the head of this is going to be able to angle, so you can put the camera either this way, horizontally, which you're going to use for most of your videos, or vertically for your Facebook Lives. And a tripod is really worth its weight in gold. Now, on the top of the tripod, what I use is I use something called this. It's called a Reticam, and let me just bring that in here. It's called a Reticam, or R-E-T-I-C-A-M, and what it is, it's a clasp. Let me just show you what it is. It opens up, and it holds the phone in there. So you just kind of slide the phone in here, and it holds the phone. And then there's a screw on the top that tightens it here. And what's great about that is it holds the, it's very secure, and it holds your iPhone, your Android, whatever, very securely mounted on the tripod. And it just screws in with a screw right on the bottom. And what I do is I put that there. I put plug the lavalier microphone in. And then if I have somebody that's going to video me, which is always preferable because I always like what people think of how I look and sound on the videos, then they will push the start button. But if not, I have one of these things here, and this is a selfie stick. I don't know how many of you have them, but you can put the, it opens up, you put the phone right in here. You can take video of yourself like this or like this, whichever way. And the nice thing about this selfie stick is that it has a Bluetooth button on it for starting. So you sync the Bluetooth from the selfie stick here with your phone, and then whenever you want to start, you just push the button. So if you're using the selfie stick to take videos, it's great wherever you are. I'm trying to remember, oh, I went down sightseeing in Lower Manhattan with friends recently, and I forgot my selfie stick. Big mistake. So I wanted to take pictures there were 4 of us there, and I couldn't do it because I didn't have the selfie stick. Big mistake. It's really a great thing to keep with you. By the way, another trick that I realized is that if I have the camera on the tripod, again with that Reticam, and I have it steadied and ready to go, I can use the selfie stick down below the level of the camera viewing angle, so to speak, and I can push the button here and start it automatically. So, hello everybody, Dr. Steve here. I'm excited to be with you, you know, that type of thing, and I'm ready to go, and it starts right away. So, a couple of different things to use the selfie stick for, and I highly advocate it for you going away. Very easy, very small, very compact, and this along with the microphone are my 2 favorite things to take along. So there's a little bit about some essential tools, and going to wrap it up here with live video. Okay? So I personally feel I don't do enough live video. And I don't know how many of you do live video. You know, you've got the regular video, and again, I have about 300 videos that I've done. Live video is better. We're going to talk about some statistics in a minute. But live video, what do I mean? Okay, so what do you have out there? You have Periscope. Periscope is a terrific platform for doing live videos. You can get people from all around the world on that. Facebook Live. Facebook Live is Facebook videos that are live that you broadcast to your audience, either on the personal page or on your fan page. And then we have Instagram Live. And you guys who know me, you know I love Instagram. Instagram Live works similarly. Instagram will tell people that follow you, hey, Dr. Steve is on a live video now. Check it out. You'll get a message about it. You get the same type of message on Facebook. So live video. You know what's great about this? Yes, it's really your own TV broadcast, and you don't have to pay anything for it. Think about that. The length. You know, people always say, what's a good length for a Facebook Live video? So I would say about 10 minutes. And the reason is that people kind of stay longer on live broadcasts than they do on the stationary videos. You really don't want to make a stationary video that's that long. You know, guys, you know that I love Instagram. Instagram videos can only be a minute long. Actually, they cut off after a minute. So I do all my videos in less than a minute. You know, bam, bam, the thing's over. I get a nice point out, and that's it. And why do I do them short? Because when people are scrolling on their phone down, they don't spend a lot of time, and they don't want to spend a lot of time looking at your video. So the quicker you are, the shorter you are, right to the point, that's great. But when people see a live video, they expect to be entertained. They will stay on for longer. So maybe about 10 minutes max for that. Keep in mind, videos. So why do videos? Because videos are 800, get this guys, 800% more effective than other marketing. We move on to the next page. And live videos is even more so, especially since Instagram and Facebook really get it out there to your audience that you're doing a live video. They love live videos, and so should you. So topics. So what do you talk about? You know, we talked about topics last week. I think it was last week. About what do you talk about on a video? Well, topics for live video, same type of thing. How-to videos. How-to videos are terrific. You know, you're in a weight loss. I want you to imagine you're in a weight loss company, right? What would be good videos to make for a weight loss company, either stationary or live? And I would think stuff that helps people lose weight, and that would be exercise type of videos. How to do calisthenics. I'm just making this up. How to do push-ups. How to do the proper push-up. And maybe you show a video of doing that push-up. How about how to do a certain recipe, a healthy vegetable recipe, a delicious vegetable recipe? You turn the camera on, you focus on yourself, and you're cooking in the kitchen doing a healthy recipe. Those are terrific types of videos for live video. And again, as I just said, you're going to teach people how to do something. Interviews. Interviews are terrific. It's a great topic. You know, you want to interview people that you learn from. So, for example, I'm going out to Eric Worre's GoPro Recruiting Mastery in a couple of weeks. And before that, by the way, I'm going out to another place, and you're going to see some live videos of me going to this other place before I go to Eric Worre. Anyway, when I'm at Eric Worre, I'd love to get some interviews with some of the leaders over there. Just pull out my selfie stick and, hey, Eric, what's going on? This is if I could interview him. But I certainly will interview people, and there's lots of great topics out there. And again, you want to interview somebody that's in your niche. Webinars. Webinars make for a great topic for live video. Maybe stuff you learned here. What are the essential tools for doing videos? What are some great tools for doing videos? Maybe you want to take some of the stuff that I taught you here today and do some videos with it. So these are some great topics for live videos. Couple of tips here. What are the sequences of a live video? Well, you know what? Intro, question, content, and call to action. This is the same thing that I taught you guys last week on regular videos. Hello, everybody. Dr. Steve here. Are you struggling with video marketing? Then stay tuned. I've got some great tips for you. There's your intro. There's your question. Then you talk about the great tips for, and by the way, just a couple of points. You don't want to belabor it, give a lot of different points. And that's your content. And then finally, a call to action at the end. You want to say something like, if you love these video tips, check out my website. I've got other free videos that can help you with video marketing, something like that. Go to drstevesabo.com. So again, this is the sequence. This is the order and essential elements that you need to do in your live video. What else do we have here? Be yourself, obviously. You want to be natural. You want to be relaxed. You want to be yourself. Next, you want to remember to talk to one person. If the eye of the camera is right here, this is where you want to look. Okay, you don't want to look over here. You don't want to look over here. You want to look to that one person over there, and you want to talk to them, him or her. You want to, as I said, you want to look at the lens of the camera. You want to dress for success, whatever that is for you. I personally like wearing shirts like this, these short sleeve shirts. I think it looks nice. It looks casual. It looks neat. Sometimes I will wear button-down shirts when it gets a little colder. But when I do my videos, I don't wear t-shirts. But again, you do what you feel is comfortable and what you feel dresses you for success. Enjoy. This goes without saying. You ought to enjoy doing the videos, getting your information out, connecting with people. You ought to enjoy that. You realize that when you're doing videos like this, when you're doing live videos, people are watching you. They're watching you. They're getting to know you. You know, I have people who have watched my videos from, they've been following me for over a year, and they connect with me. They say, I want to join your business, whichever business it is that I have, or I want to know more about video marketing. What can you teach me? What kind of course? What kind of system do you have? And again, as I said, remember the call to action. You may think people are just going to follow you and join you, but you need to tell them to do something at the end. Make a recommendation. Guys, if you like this video marketing, I recommend that you go on my website or check it out. So you got to remember a call to action. What else do we have? People like watching lives. Yes, people like watching live videos because it's the real you. It shows you. And it shows that you're not perfect. It shows that, yes, you don't have a perfectly pressed shirt like me. You're not perfect. But you're out there, you're giving yourself to everybody basically, and you're providing value. And that's the key here. You want to provide value to people. So a couple other tips before I show you a little live demonstration of live video, Facebook Live. And never get upset if you only have a few people on. Can you imagine doing, a video and not being excited and going, no, there's only one or two people on. Wow. No, you've got to use the same enthusiasm where if you have 0 people on or if you have 100 people on. You got to practice. And by the way, when you have nobody on, it's great practice, just like when you have a lot of people on. But you want to act the same. You want to show the same enthusiasm to everybody. And guys, you also can't really expect results with live videos if you're only doing it occasionally. You don't build up an audience. You want to do it 3 times a week, 5 times a week. Maybe you want to do like some people advocate, do 30 lives in 30 days. 1 live Facebook Live or Instagram Live a day for 30 days. I met a guy at my company convention. I think he's up to 240-something days, or he was the last time I checked, of live Facebooks. That's pretty incredible. You think he's building an audience? I bet he is. And before I wrap it up here, as I said, this is going to be a short video tonight. I want to pull on the screen my, let me shut that off. I'm going to show you my iPhone here. And here we are. And what I want to do here is I want to show you how to do a Facebook Live. For those of you who just don't know how to do it, I want to show you. So let me move this towards the center here. And what I'm going to do, so if you want to do a personal Facebook, that's the F one. I'm going to touch on here. And if you want to do it on your regular Facebook, and guess what you do? You touch on the Live button right there under What's on Your Mind. You touch the Live, and here we are. You want to make sure that you have a good angle here, or you can hold it up here, whatever you want to do. And then how you're going to post it, I always do it public. You write a description here, and then basically what you do is you click the Live, Start Live button on the bottom. Okay? Now, it's actually very similar to your Facebook fan page. Now, for those of you who don't have the app, Facebook page looks like the flag over here, the orange flag. So what you're going to do, you're just going to click on that. And let's click on that. Whoops. We're going to click on here. What happened? There it is. And now we have our Facebook fan page up. This is my Facebook fan page. And what you do is on the left under Add a Button is Publish. So we'll click on Publish. And then we have Dr. Steve Sabo, Public. And on the bottom, we can click the camera button, that red camera button, and you'll see what happens. And then it pops up as live video, so we can click on that. And then we have the same thing. Here we are. And then we would click the red camera button on the bottom, and bingo, you've started a live Facebook or a Facebook Live broadcast. Again, you can put an optional description in there, and you're doing it live. And I love doing them. I know I should be doing them more often. But Facebook Live is truly a wonderful thing. Instagram has the same thing. Let me minimize this. I'll take this off. Instagram has a similar thing. So what I am going to do, I'm going to just move this over to the side for a minute. I'm going to pull this back up here and open this up. And I'm going to open it up for questions right now. It's 34 minutes after the hour, a very short webinar here. And for any of you out there that have any questions, we have a box on the side, a box for questions. So feel free to put your question in there. Here's one. Dr. Steve, what's your contact information? Well, actually, I was going to get to that in a few minutes, but it's right under where the screen where it says Live Demo. drstevesabo.com, that's my website. And you can find me at Dr. Steve Sabo at both Instagram and Facebook and my YouTube channel. By the way, my videos, I have somebody putting all the videos from YouTube on my website now as my blog, and that's coming along really nicely. For those of you who want my free Instagram training, you can get that at freeinstaleads.net, how anybody can get 5 or more leads a day on Instagram in just under 30 minutes. And if you click on there, if you don't have, or not click on there, if you put in that website, you can get that free PDF. So I want to see if anybody has any other questions. We have a good question here, a question about when you started your equipment. Again, what I did originally is because I wanted to get started. Let me move this over here, and I will move this down below. I started just with the iPhone, as I said, and I added stuff as I went along. Let me move this over here. I want to just leave the contact information up there. I added, I'm trying to remember, I think it was the microphone was next, the lighting system, and then the tripod and that Readycam, this thing, the Readycam holder, which is terrific. So I don't see any other questions here. Anybody have any more questions before we wrap it up? No, I don't see that. I want to just let you guys know again, email over there. Let me put in this other website here. This is a site for any of you that really want to learn the systems that I use. It's drstevesabo.leads.com, and drstevesabo.leads.com will take you to a website, one of my websites, where you can learn about the system that I use for getting leads, and that includes some of the sales funnels that I have. It includes a website, and there's a short video on that page if you'd like to learn more about the system that I use in my social media marketing. So again, about to wrap it up, I do want to let you know I'm going to be off the next couple of weeks. I am going to my company launch of my company out of the United States. I don't want to tell you where because I'm going to do some great Facebook Live videos, create a little intrigue there. And then on my way back, I'm going to go to Eric Worre's GoPro recruiting event in Las Vegas. Hope to have some interviews. Certainly will be doing some broadcasting live from inside the arena, where Eric is expected to have over 15,000 people, and will have both Pitbull and Tony Robbins there. So very excited to be there. I'm also going to meet my partner from my social media marketing company here from Canada. Looking forward to meeting him for the first time at that event. So stay tuned for all of that on Instagram, on Facebook, on both of those things. I'm going to go wild with the videos when I'm out there. So anyway, it is 38 after the hour. I am going to sign off. I hope you guys got value here from this 3-webinar training series on video marketing. Again, if you're out there and you did not get training part 1, training part 2, feel free to email me at my email address over here, drsteve@drstevesabo.com, and I will be absolutely happy to send you the link to that. If you missed part of today or you didn't see today, don't worry, and you're registered. You will get the link for the video emailed to you, I believe it's tomorrow. So, Dr. Steve here, signing off. You have a great day, and I will be back on the webinar circuit very shortly. Bye-bye, everybody.